Hello and welcome to Super Bulky. It's our new YouTube channel. It's so new we're not even actually on episode 1. This is technically episode 0, an introduction. So, hello, my name is Ron Warren and
I'm Tim Lemons.
And we're here. We're here to talk to you on the computer or the internet about yarn things. So what Super Bulky is, it's the official YouTube channel of our shop, the Twisted Skein, here in Bakersfield, California. And we just wanted to share with everyone sort of what goes on at a yarn shop. It's sort of behind the scenes look at what we get up to on any given day. We have a lot of fun around here.
We'll be sharing patterns and different yarns that we're really enjoying.
Yeah, that's one of the things you want to share. Like, why do we pick the yarns we pick to carry? What patterns are we excited about? What patterns are the people in our shop excited about? That sort of thing is really fun, and what makes the sort of yarn community work the way it works. So we're excited about that. We also hope to trick some of our contacts that we've met while we've had the shop into coming in and doing interviews. So you may see some interesting yarn people saying interesting yarn things. So we're excited about that. What else, Tim?
Well, I don't know. What else?
That's great. I guess we can introduce ourselves a little more thoroughly. My name is Ron. Like I said, I, along with my sister Heidi, no photo found, I own the Twisted Skein, and we've been open since February of 2018. So as of now, it's been going on for about a year and a half. So we've eased into the selling yarn portion, and now we're branching out into the world of vlogging, I guess. I started knitting maybe 7 years ago, for the simple reason that I was in grad school at the time. I think I was just looking for a new, better way to procrastinate. And I woke up one morning and realized that there were people in the world who knew how to knit, and I had no idea how you did that, and that kind of irritated me. So by the end of the day, with like the help of a trip to the craft store and YouTube, I could knit by the time I went to bed. And it's, fast forward 7 years, and now I own a yarn shop.
He's been trying to get me to knit for years, and then when the yarn shop opened and I started working there, he was like, okay, you actually need to learn how to knit now. And I did, and I love it.
Yeah. So I do 7 years of saying, I think if you did this, you'd really enjoy it. I think you'd really enjoy it. And he'd say, no, thank you. I've got a video game. Which is true. The video games are still there, yes.
Definitely. I'm kind of addicted to Final Fantasy 14 right now.
So stay, come for the yarn and then stay for the video game and pop culture recommendations. That's something we can offer you. But I would like to say I was 100% right, and he did take to knitting very well. Does a very good job.
I'm even crocheting a little bit now. It's great.
Even crocheting a little bit now, if you can believe it. And that is one of the important things about our shop. My sister, who is my business partner at the shop, is really just a crocheter. She can knit a little bit. And prefers not to, I think, more out of stubbornness than anything. But we wanted to make sure we had a shop where crocheters felt perfectly welcome. And we have crochet samples and crochet alongs. And I think there's this prevailing wisdom in the yarning community, on the retail end at least, that
you can't sell to crocheters?
Yeah, that crocheters aren't going to be as good of customers as knitters. I mean, we haven't found that to be the case at all. I think we found a very, if you build it, they will come kind of thing. So people attend our crochet alongs, people look at our crocheted objects, and we even have people who have become sort of lifelong knitters who look at some of the samples and go, you know what, I think now's the time for me to get back into crochet, because there's a lot of great stuff out there for both crafts. And I think seeing beautiful crochet work has reopened people's eyes to what that craft
We've got
is.
a couple samples in the shop that people have gone to and been like, oh, this is so pretty. Do you have a knitting pattern for this? And I'll be like, no, sorry, that's actually crochet.
We definitely don't have a knitting pattern for that, but you can crochet it, and that gets people. I love having a yarn shop. I think my favorite thing about having the yarn shop is the fact that I now can't get any trouble for how much yarn I buy. I think my sister and I might have opened the shop just as an excuse to continue to buy yarn. I think people know in general that crafting is one hobby and buying craft supplies is a second hobby. But no one can complain that you're buying too much yarn if you're buying it wholesale.
We just need to open an art shop next so I can buy all of my art supplies.
Markers and pens. Mm-hmm. We'll get on that. So I love seeing new yarns. I love picking new yarns, and it's really freeing to know that you can buy as much yarn as you need without having any intention of ever using it because you're going to sell it to someone else. So I don't have to trick myself. Oh, yeah, I will definitely make something out of that. No, I just really want to buy it, so I do. What do you like? What do you like about working at the yarn shop?
I think my favorite thing is probably being able to just knit all day and not get in trouble. My supervisor's not going to come out and be like, hey, you're having fun over there. Like, get back to work. I'm literally working. Like, I'm working on a sample for the shop, or like I'm working on something that we can show off to someone and be like, oh yeah, we have the pattern. Here's the yarn.
It's true. Yeah. And you get that sort of enthusiastic community snowball effect. So people will walk in and they'll see, what is he working on over there? What are you making? And then suddenly 8 people leave with the yarn to make that scarf, which is a kind of cool thing. Let's see. What else? So the two of us are in the shop. There's a third guy. He's doing our videography today, Perrin. And it's the 3 of us at the shop most of the time. My sister is in sometimes. But on a day-to-day basis, the shop is staffed by 3 dudes, which can be off-putting to new customers sometimes.
God. Sometimes people just like walk in and are looking around and trying to find the 60-year-old lady who's got to be running the shop.
Right. They like one of us will be literally behind the counter. It's like there's a register, and we're standing there looking at them, and they'll still walk just looking. Who must work here? It's us. Sorry, it's just these 3 guys, which is kind of a funny impulse sometimes. You get asked amusing questions like. One time, Perrin, the third guy at the shop, a woman came in and didn't see me in the other room and just asked him, does your mother own the shop? Is that why you're here? But no, his mother doesn't own the shop. It's me. I own the shop. I'm so sorry. It's a funny world in that way. So I think if you see a man knitting in the wild...
Oh, man.
It's... Like we love the craft and we love to be involved in the community, but sometimes when you're out in the wild, funny things happen. So I guess the number one thing to do if you see a man out knitting somewhere is nothing. Just leave him alone.
That's the absolute best thing that you can do.
Right.
I kind of get anxious when I'm knitting out in public because I'm worried that someone's going to come up to me and just be like, oh, what are you working on? Oh.
I don't mind being asked what I'm working on. And that's probably the best thing. Like, if you're interested in what I'm doing, and just like, yeah, ask me what I'm doing. Give me a nice compliment. I like that. But my least favorite thing in the world is this thing. Someone will see you. They'll see you knitting and they'll say, oh, you crochet? Or they'll see you crochet and they'll say, oh, you knit? I'm sure you all get that too. But then you're just like, yes, I am doing that thing. And then you get this. You get this like slight lean in and you get, good for you. Thanks. I never know how to respond to that. Like, yep, good for me. Thanks.
Oh, it's so bad.
The good for you.
But if you see me, just don't interact. I have anxiety, okay?
Yeah, he's very anxious. In fact, if you ever see him with his button on,
Well, if I'm in the shop and I'm knitting, like, that's one thing.
Or the
You know,
doctor's
like, I
office.
expect to be, like, interacted with in the shop and someone will ask me what the pattern is or something. But, like, oh my goodness, at the doctor's office, like, there was a lady saying to her husband, like, oh, that man over there is knitting, just, like, kind of loudly. And the husband's like, are you sure?
I'm right here! Yeah, we had a booth at Stitches, and that's a knitting or yarn event. It's pretty common to see people there working on fiber crafts, but you get this kind of zoo animal effect. There are other men there running other booths, but we're working as we work, and people come up just like, I'm gonna take a picture right in your face, like.
That happened to me. Actually happened to me. Didn't even ask. Like, I'm not mad at you if you're watching this. I'm not mad at you, but that is so not cool. Please don't do that.
May I take your picture? That's good. Of course, see rule number 1, if you see a dude knitting in the wild, just maybe let him do that. Or, like, if you're also a knitter, say hi. That's cool. Let's see. I think that's a good introduction to who we are and what we do and what we can expect to see. So, Super Bulky will be back. We hope to produce new episodes each month, special episodes in between, and we've got a lot planned. So, thank you very much for watching. There's a little thumbs up button. There's a subscribe button. All those things that you're told to do.
I think everybody says like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. And thank you. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks.